The Museum of Idaho looking a little different these days. Tristan Lewis shows us some mammoth changes. A bill involving your wages is set to be voted on tomorrow. We'll explain what it is, how it might affect you. And with the hype of the Oscars wrapping up, we meet some aspiring filmmakers from right here in eastern Idaho. Local News 8 at 10 starts right now.
You're watching Local News 8 at 10. Local people, local news.
Good evening, everyone. Some school closures already tonight and also some school delays that you need to be aware of tomorrow. So, South Fremont School District 215, Blackfoot Charter, Bingham Academy, Idaho Science and Technology Charter School, all closed tomorrow. They can already see they're going to have a weather problem. Blackfoot High School and Chief Tagee Elementary School also closed tomorrow. In fact, I think it might be the entire Blackfoot School District is closed tomorrow. Sugar Salem School District is on a 2-hour delay, and then they'll make a decision tomorrow morning if they have to just call it all together. Now, for the latest on closures, and they keep coming in, go to our website, localnews8.com. So, drifting snow, low visibility. We've already closed several highways in the area. State Highway 47 from Ashton to Bear Gulch, closed. US 20 from Ashton to the Montana state line, and Highway 33 from Newdale to Tetonia, closed. State Highway 34 from north of Soda Springs to the Wyoming border, closed. US 20 from Idaho Falls West to US 26, closed. And we should be getting an update pretty soon from the INL as to what your bus lanes and routes might look like tomorrow. Let's check in now with Jeff Roper. He's tracking the snow movement for us. In fact, he's up close and personal. We made him go outside. Jeff, what do you know?
Well, this is how you earn your keep,
yeah.
Okay? And lucky for me, I keep one of these in my back pocket at all times. This is a weatherman's friend. The temperature has dropped. We're at 30 degrees right now on the back porch here along the Ryrie Highway, and we've got some light snow that is flying. Let me show you radar as we get into the overnight hours tonight. You're going to see some more of this. It's beginning to break up just a little bit. Folks in Chubbuck and Pocatello reporting that they've seen some rain mixed in as well, and that's going to be the story for us as we head into parts of Tuesday. So for 4-day totals, here's what we're talking about. Blustery winds here with that winter storm warning in effect for the areas shaded around the Snake River Plain, and you get the purple. That is the winter weather advisory. That means wind conditions making it difficult for travel. A lot of these schools, a lot of these roads are going to be slick. A lot of the schools have already seen that. We're talking about 3 feet of snow by the end of the day tomorrow for Stanley. 3 feet, okay? 4 inches for Idaho Falls. Less than an inch, we think, for Pocatello, but 18 to 24 inches over into Jackson, and maybe even 3 feet up towards Island Park, okay? And as we get into the course of, the first part of the week, temperature's going to warm up, and that's going to help the snow. It's going to fuel that snow. 29 overnight tonight, so that'll be the low tomorrow morning when the kids are getting ready for school if they're going. Pocatello 36 in the morning with snow around. Jackson 25, Salmon at 27, and in the afternoon, yes, snow chances continue with some blustery winds and temperatures from right around freezing in Jackson to around 38 degrees in Salmon. When I come back, we'll talk about some accumulations. I'll bring my thermometer, and I think I'll bring the shovel in too, Carol. I got to finish out here.
Hey, no snowballs for the old lady, okay? We have certain rules here, okay? Thank you very much, Jeff. Taking a trip now to the Museum of Idaho. Well, if you've gone by lately, you've noticed there's some major construction going on, and it's all for the new expansion, and when it's completed, it will be nearly twice as big as the current museum. Eyes are still set on opening the new edition in September. Local News 8's Tristan Lewis shows us some of the mammoth-sized things we can expect there. Tristan?
That's right, Carol. With all the snow and rain we've seen in the past few weeks, the museum says it might have affected attendance, but Bateman Hale Construction has still been working on site. And like you said, when the new edition opens in September, we can expect to see some new exhibits and maybe some old classics. You won't be hearing the Museum of Idaho complain of space issues any longer. With more than 20,000 square feet of new space, the museum is excited to bring more of Idaho to Idaho.
We are very often the first place people stop when they come into Idaho for the first time.
The last time the museum had an expansion was in 2003. It was to add what the current size is today.
Frankly, we believe that this new expansion is going to be just as transformative as that one was in 2003.
Construction on the museum began last year and has been steadily making progress since. As of Friday, the expansion is 50% complete.
If you look outside now, you'll see the walls are mostly up, the cinder block. You'll start to see steel outlining the different floors.
A new 2-story atrium will be the finished product. It includes an educational center and much more room to house traveling exhibits.
The first traveling exhibit that will fill that space is called Darwin and Dinosaurs. So that'll open up in September.
Once the expansion is all complete, the current space that is being used for the traveling exhibits will be dedicated to telling the stories of Idaho and the West.
It's really going to be able to tell a broader, more thoughtful story about what this region is and really means than we've ever been able to do before.
That means it will almost triple the space for Idaho and regional exhibits. With the open space, you'll be able to say hello to an old friend.
The Mammoth has been behind a wall for more than 10 years, but fortunately, finally, we're going to have the space to bring it out. It'll be a centerpiece of the main gallery when you walk in.
But even with all this exciting stuff coming to the museum in the next few months, the museum still has a couple things up its sleeve.
For all those out there who loved bodies and enjoyed it, you are not going to want to miss what's coming next. It's a little bit similar, but probably even better. And that's all I'm allowed to say.
And for those of you who have been to the museum recently and saw the parking, Jeffrey assured me it will get better. He says after the expansion, parking will be even easier with an added 95 spots to use. Reporting in studio, I'm Tristan Lewis.
Oh man, I am so excited about this. Bateman Hall gets a big pat on the back for working in this weather.
Oh,
this has
exactly.
been unbelievable. I can't believe they think they're still pretty much on time. And Jeff Carr doing a great job, and the Mammoth coming back.
I'm so excited to see the Mammoth.
Open.
I'm so excited.
Thank you for that report. The Way Out West exhibit, by the way, is going to tell the story of Idaho, and it comes to us in 2020. All right, time now for your legislative watch. A new bill proposed in the Idaho legislature will allow Idahoans who have been shorted on their paycheck a little bit longer to get that money back. Currently, Idaho only allows workers to get 6 months worth of unpaid or underpaid wages through a process with the State Department of Labor. In fact, it's one of the shortest look-back periods in the entire nation. So the new proposal will come tomorrow, and it will allow Idaho workers to get back up to 1 year of underpaid wages. The Department of Labor says most workers notice wage theft either the Monday after payday or when they do their taxes. Representative Matt Erpelding is sponsoring this bill.
The onus is on the employee to prove that they've had their wages taken from them, and there are so many protections built into the system to ensure that companies are protected from false claims, that what this does is it levels the playing field and makes sure that somebody who's legitimately had wages stolen from them can claim those wages up to a full year when they realize that their wages were taken from them when they go to do their taxes.
Last year, the Idaho Department of Labor processed more than 900 wages theft claims from workers. Now, coming back to Local News 8 now at home, Saturday marked the start of a new beginning in Fort Hall. The Shoshone-Bannock Hotel and Casino held its grand opening. The festivities included pictures with showgirls and performances by the Rat Pack and Elvis impersonators. Also a chance for 30 lucky people to win a chance at $1 million. Promotions and events coordinator Destiny Tino has been with the casino since 1993. She says the new name is still a little bit hard to get used to.
It is, because I've been saying it over and over for the last 26 years, and to have to change to something new, it's a little bit trickier, but I will learn how to say our new property's names.
Yeah, we're moving it up a step from just the Fort Hall Casino. It's a little sexier now. For more an in-depth look into the new casino and the grand opening festivities, go to our website, localnews8.com. You've probably heard of 5K runs, but not many people have a virtual 5K run. A group in Idaho Falls and Twin Falls called the Moon Joggers are hosting a race to raise money while also providing convenience to runners. February 26th is Tell a Fairy Tale Story Day. To celebrate, Moon Joggers are holding the first ever virtual 5K run. This year's theme is Little Red Riding Hood. Proceeds go to an organization called First Readers, and they cater to local communities to prepare preschool children for reading and learning success. The race doesn't have a specific start or end location. All you have to do is just run.
So if you are the type of person that you want to get into fitness, you want to do a 5K, like that's something you've thought about in your life, and but you don't exactly know how to do it, and plus you're intimidated by crowds of people or intimidated by the prospect of having to compete, then this might be something you would want to do.
Still time to join the race if you're interested. A lot more information on our website, again at localnews8.com. Well, everyone at the Oscars tonight started somewhere small. Later in this newscast, we're going to take a look at some local filmmakers aspiring to be like the Hollywood greats. And there are rumors floating that special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation is coming to a close. The latest in that in just a few minutes. And as we go to break, let's look live over Idaho Falls. We know it's chilly out. We know it's snowing out. Jeff Roper will show us later the 8-day forecast and what all we can expect. Here's a look at your highs and lows from around the region. In your Washington Watch, the high-stakes hearing set for this week on Capitol Hill. President Trump's longtime fixer and personal lawyers expected to pull back the curtain on some of the president's business dealings. ABC's White House correspondent Tara Palmieri tells us all this comes while the president is making his own headlines overseas.
Amid speculation that the Mueller investigation is wrapping up, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee said they would subpoena the special counsel's report if Attorney General William Barr does not make it public.
We are going to get to the bottom of this. We are going to share this information with the public, and if the president is serious about all of his claims of exoneration, then he should welcome the publication of this report.
Meanwhile, the former deputy FBI director defended his decision to open up the agency's counterintelligence investigation of the president after James Comey was fired.
At the time, the facts clearly indicated that we had an articulable basis to believe that a crime may have been committed and that a threat to national security might exist.
Investigations into the president's business and political dealings will be in the spotlight this week, even as the president heads to Vietnam for a second summit with North Korea. His former attorney, Michael Cohen, set to testify Wednesday on Capitol Hill.
Do you have any concerns about Michael Cohen's testimony before Congress this week? No.
Sources familiar with the investigation tell ABC News that Cohen has already provided prosecutors information about insurance issues within the Trump Organization.
Nothing at the Trump Organization was ever done unless it was run through Mr. Trump.
As Washington waits for Mueller's report, his office filed a massive 800-page sentencing memo for former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort, claiming he repeatedly and brazenly broke the law for over a decade, even while on bail. And while the memo does not recommend a specific sentence, it says Manafort presents many aggravating sentencing factors and no warranted mitigating factors. Tara Palmieri, ABC News, Washington.
Coming up, we meet some aspiring filmmakers in the area and see some of the work that they're doing, their stories, right after the break.
Now, your first alert weather.
Okay, let me be the first to tell you Snake River School District has canceled classes for tomorrow. Snake River School District over near Blackfoot. Yep, no class for you all tomorrow. Blustery winds. We've got a winter storm warning for the areas shaded in pink. A winter weather advisory for purple areas here on the map, and with winds 30 to 40 miles an hour, it's going to be hard to travel. Whiteout conditions for lots of folks. These are the 3-day snow totals that we're talking about. Up to 3 feet in Stanley, 4 to 6 in Chalice near Mackey, Salmon. Idaho Falls, we're thinking by the end of the day Tuesday, about 4 inches cumulatively, okay? 7 in the desert, 8 to 12 there above Rexburg and on up towards St. Anthony, almost 3 feet near Island Park, and about 2 feet in Jackson, and a little less than an inch. You know, I want to show you radar, because right now some of the snow that is moving into parts of Pocatello and Chubbuck over there by the Walmart, it's turning to rain like we were talking about at the top of the show. Okay, so things are just kind of a smattering. We're going to have some more warm air that's going to change this to a rain-snow mix as we head toward tomorrow and into Tuesday. Idaho Falls Skycam shaking just a little bit here. Wait till you see the wind speed on this, because when we add these things up, you know, at 32 degrees, it feels like it's about 20 degrees with 21-mile-an-hour winds. Humidity is at 88%. The dew point is at 29. And here we are with our wind chills, 24 Blackfoot. It feels like 23 in Pocatello, and it does feel like 20 in Idaho Falls right now. And a little cooler in Jackson at 14. West Yellowstone is at 10, and Chalice is at 29, ever 11 degrees. There is a stationary front which planted itself just over us here. You can see some more rain just to the west of us, and you get into Blackfoot and you see kind of that wintry mix. And then we got another front front that's going to push through. I'll show you this. You can see the line as we get toward Tuesday. This is Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock. So we've got a rain-snow mix into Blackfoot, parts of South Idaho Falls there along 15, and we've got another front that'll just push through here and then clear things out for us before another system shows up on Wednesday. So yes, snow's going to be around, and we've got more moisture with a warm front that'll be here by Wednesday morning. And the winds are the other big story in and around the area. Upwards of 40 miles an hour. If you saw that in Challis, 30 miles an hour for Idaho Falls. That continues into Tuesday as well. Here is your local news 8-day extended forecast. A 60% chance of snow and windy tomorrow when you wake up and flip on the radio and listen to me on 99 KUPI. I got to work. The kids may be out of school, but I'll be there. 37 tomorrow afternoon. Then right around freezing for Tuesday. Better chances of snow for Wednesday with another system, and things will clear out for us as we head toward the weekend. Pocatello, it'll be windy and right around 42 in the afternoon with a rain-snow mix. Still, those chances are here on into Wednesday as well. We'll keep them in there for Thursday, and you can see how warm the temperatures are with the moisture around for the rain-snow mix and whatever snow we have. Then things clear out. We're back into the 20s for overnight lows. Blackfoot, more of the same. And again, Snake River School District out tomorrow. It'll be windy and 39 tomorrow afternoon. 70% chance of snow back in there for Wednesday, and cold conditions back into the teens with some cooler air that'll push through before we get another round of snow. I thought March was coming. Where is the groundhog? Windy and 90% chance of snow tomorrow in Rexburg, and 38 degrees for Tuesday, and more of the same for Salmon. 27 when you wake up in the morning. It'll be windy, and they will keep that chance in there, man, and then things take us down to the teens there for Friday and Saturday. And Jackson, you know you love the snow. Let's go skiing. Cold air settles in there back into the single digits by the weekend. Carol?
All righty, thank you very much. One more quick school closure. Chief Tagee Academy Elementary, Fort Hall, closed for tomorrow. Okay, that one just in. Tonight in Hollywood, the Academy Awards celebrated the art of filmmaking, recognizing artists who are outstanding in their fields. But what about in our area? Are there talented local filmmakers who may someday be getting an Oscar? We asked Jay Hildebrandt to find out.
On Oscar night, Hollywood is the place to be for the big filmmakers. But I did some checking, and I found out that there are some aspiring young filmmakers right in eastern Idaho doing some great work.
The award for Best of Show goes to...
No, it's not the Academy Awards in Hollywood. This is premiere night in Rexburg. For the past 6 years, local filmmaker Stephen Vest has organized this event where local film students show off their work.
We present awards, we bring in guest speakers to speak to the audience and the students, and dress up in tuxes and gowns, and it's a great experience. Every semester it just gets better and better, and most of these students I've told them, you know, you've really got something here, and you need to get this out into other film festivals.
That's just what Derek Roper is planning to do. He's refining his short film, Dream Girl, that won 9 of the 11 awards at premiere night.
The hope for Dream Girl right now is we're about to go on a festival circuit. And so for the next 12 to 18 months, we're going to submit it to Cannes, to Sundance, to the LDS Motion Picture Film Festival, and with the hopes that eventually it can get a little bit of recognition and we can show some potential producers the feature-length script.
Roper is constantly working on improving the feature-length script about a shy boy who has a crush on a girl, and that girl keeps appearing in his dreams to coach him on how to win her over in real life.
So, how'd it go?
I caught her on a break. We talked. I complimented her outfit.
Good, good. But we have to figure out a way to make this work with her while you're awake.
The problem starts to come into the story where this guy starts to fall more in love with the dream version than the real version.
All the different equipment here, microphones, monitors, camera lenses.
Mark Matte is another aspiring filmmaker. His short film, Chapter 2, took first place at another premiere night.
A drama about a girl who dies, and she has to kind of go through the stages of grief before she can decide that she wants to move on into death, into the afterlife.
What gives you the right? How do you get to decide who lives and who dies?
It's nothing personal.
It sure feels personal.
Matte can use his skills in his current job, writing scripts and doing videos for a website called Sleep Advisor, but he has Hollywood aspirations.
My dream job would be to be a screenwriter. You know, I love directing and I love, you know, messing with the camera and doing the lights and everything, but I really just like crafting the story on the page. I think that's my favorite part of film.
Stephen Vest has so enjoyed seeing filmmakers like Roper and Matte take part in his premiere nights, he is organizing a huge event for this summer in Rexburg called the Grand Teton Film Festival. He already has entries from across the country and as far away as Sweden and Ireland. He has lined up a professional movie director, music composer, Hollywood cinematographer, and an awards night concert by popular musician William Joseph.
Everybody will be walking the red carpet. Everyone will have their picture taken because we all want them to feel like VIPs. Yeah.
And that Grand Teton Film Festival that Jay was just talking about is May 31st through June 1st in Rexburg, and more information can be found on our website, localnews8.com. Well, coming up, Andrea Urban dives into the state wrestling team results, which teams from East Idaho made the final standings, wrestling, and more next on Sportsline.
You're watching Sportsline on Local News 8. Local people, local news.
Coming into Saturday's game against Weber State, ISU's senior guard Saylor Grandin was 19 points away from the 1,000th point mark. And Saturday afternoon, Grandin put up exactly 19 points against the Wildcats to become the 19th player in program history to reach this historic mark. 19 may be her new lucky number. Grandin is ISU's second best shooter from both the field and long range. She is currently averaging 12.4 points a game and shooting 41% from the field, 37% from behind the arc, and 78% from the foul line. Last year, Grandin finished in double digits 16 times and was named the Big Sky All-Tournament team after averaging 22.3 points in Reno. Next Thursday is Idaho State's final home game of the season, where Grandin, Grace Kenyon, and Madison Hendricks will be honored on senior night. Congratulations to Saylor Grandin and welcome to the 1,000th point club. The Idaho State women have secured a round one bye in the Big Sky tournament after the dominating win yesterday over Weber State. And they are one game away from passing Idaho as the #1 team in the Big Sky. Now, in other orange and black news, the ISU track and field team has set Big Sky records in several events. In Bozeman, Montana this weekend at the Indoor Track and Field Big Sky Championships, this vault by Jessica Schwanak is 4.13 meters, 6.5 feet, and Jessica breaks the all-time ISU record, and that ranks her tied for 4th all-time in the Big Sky Conference, and she won the indoor track meet. ISU's Tanner Connor, we know him from the football field. Tanner Connor sets the record for Idaho State's 7.2 seconds to take #1 spot on the podium at the championships for the 60-meter hurdles. The ISU's Michael Dean, that's Michael Dean right now. He's the standout wide receiver for the football program, and he set a new school record in the 60-meter dash, 6.74 seconds, and placed second in the indoor championships. And because we didn't have time for it yesterday, here are the team scores from the state wrestling tournament. In 5A, our only local team from East Idaho that placed in the top 9. Yes, our graphics go to 9. It's the Highland Rams coming in at 5th overall with 139.5 points. Kale Anderson went on to take second in state, and Highland had 7 wrestlers competing in the consolation semis. In 4A, the Blackfoot Broncos come in at 4th overall with 153. 2 Bronco wrestlers made it to the title match. Now Bonneville coming in at 5th, 139. Matthew Boone took 1st in the 195 weight class, and coming in at 7th, the Century Diamondbacks with 110 points. Now in 3A, a lot of East Idaho schools taking the top 9. Sugar in 1st with 205, and Snake River a close 2nd with 191.5. South Fremont in at 4th. Marsh Valley 6th, and the American Falls Beavers, they come in at 8th. Congrats to the East Idaho teams dominating in the 3A classification. Lastly, in 2A, the Ryrie Bulldogs, they take 1st place with 201 points. Malad 115, North Fremont 111.5, and Bear Lake 104.0. Congratulations to all of the wrestlers. That'll do it for Sportsline. We'll be right back.
A group of boys go to school tomorrow, and they might be spending the day just high-fiving everybody they see because they won big in Utah. During the halftime shooting contest, Saturday's game between the Utah Jazz and the Dallas Mavericks, these boys from Filer won $5,000. Christian Braxton and Austin Perkins will split the 5K with their dad, each getting $1,250. They all have different plans for the money, but they all agree they'll definitely buy more Jazz tickets.
Oh my God.
Oh, isn't that cute? Dad, we did it.
Wildcats.
That's priceless.
Wildcats representing in Salt Lake City. I love it.
Love it.
Awesome.
We're going to name them
Love
the
it.
Filer Globetrotters.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah, they
it's
did
called,
well.
that's
They
called
did.
college money. Hey, take a look at the forecast here. We got a windy night ahead of us, snow blowing, 60% chance of it tomorrow for IF, and the warm air gets in here, and we got another chance on into Wednesday. Just be aware of that. Warnings and watches. Be careful. And school closings on our website.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, that's our report, everyone. Thanks for joining us.